All right, morning guys. So Slade with you at Owens today. Man, the sun's already bright this morning. If I hadn't told y'all over 2 or 3 times, it is smoking hot in Mississippi. I mean, bad hot. So I got a good bit going on. So before I get started, make sure y'all like and subscribe to like this video and subscribe to this channel. But I got a couple things going on. I have, I think, 2 guys coming to get bows, and I'm gonna do something a little bit different that I normally, I don't know that I've actually ever done like a quote unquote review. But we got so much awesome new nice stuff in. So today I want to do a quiver review because I think people miss a lot in this quiver. So I'm gonna kind of show you a difference in, so the old tight spot quiver that I love, and through the years, back when Joe Jack started the company, matter of fact, Joe's first year in business, we were at the old Matthews show. So the Matthews show used to be in Sparta, Wisconsin. Joe had a pretty cool booth, and it was all Velcro. And that was one of the first tight spot quivers, and he had that picture of me kind of stuck to his booth. So I've been a big fan of tight spot quivers for the last, I don't even know how long they've been around. I'm gonna say about 10 or 12 years, something like that. But they have this new shift lock quiver, so let me show you. And basically the same quiver, uses the same bracket, but something way different we're looking at here versus here. So I sold on the bow that I'm gonna set up here in a minute. He wanted one of the old style quivers, so I'm gonna show you kind of how that works, and then I'm gonna show you this new shift lock. So y'all sit tight, I'll show you a pretty cool quiver. All right, so on the tight spot quiver, so this is the bracket that actually hooks up to your sight. Super simple, super light. You have lots of adjustability from here to here, and I'll kind of go over that here in a minute. You know, obviously, hence the name tight spot. So I have this bracket turned this way, so you could flip this bracket, okay? You could flip it 180, turn it over, and then the long side of this bracket would be going to the inside of the riser, which would make that that quiver fit even tighter. But that's not the one thing I like about the quiver. I'm gonna show you what I really like. All right, so to put this quiver on, a lot of people don't know. Y'all have heard me talk about my triathlon. So, you know, this is kind of like a bike skewer that goes in a wheel on a tire. So it just dovetails, that simple, right in there. About have to have 2 hands to make it go, but I did it with one. So like I said, you see how tight it fits the bow. And if I turn that over, then it would even be tighter. But you could also slide it in a whole lot right there. And then to tighten it, you just take this, push it down, okay? I still have plenty. And then I like to kind of line it up level with my string. So I like that carbon bar to be level with my string. But here's what I like most about this quiver. So the quivers of old, I'm gonna try to lean this bow over on the HTM. You had your hood up here where your broadheads go. And then normally on a normal quiver, your gripper would be about right here, okay? So then you had all this space. Boing. You had lots of arrows that hung out of your gripper. I leave my quiver on, so when I shoot, you can really feel that vibration. And when Tight Spot came out with this quiver, then they got the hood up here, and then way down here, they had your actual gripper. So let me grab an arrow, and I'll kind of show you. Right, so if you look at that there, you have very little shaft. I mean, this is only, let's see, only about 6.5, 7 inches of shaft sticking out of your quiver. So if you choose to leave your quiver on, then there's just very little bit of vibration. Another cool thing about tight spot did us, and it wasn't as big a deal 10 or 12 years ago, but it's a really big deal now with all the micro adjust errors. So you have these little wedges is what I call them, and if you look at them kind of how they're shaped, and then you can tighten those wedges up, it pushes those wedges down, so it'll hold a micro shaft just as easy as it'll hold a standard diameter shaft. Now, so another thing I also like about how you can tighten those wedges up. So I have two of my little test arrows, little micro shafts here. So this is something I show folks, okay? So watch when I put this in there. So there's 1, 2. You want to go down to that second click. It is super tight. If I choose to, and I do in a hunting situation, I don't do it with every one, but this is if you look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 arrow quiver. I can take 6 really easy just by putting that right on top of that other shaft, and it fits really, really tight. So I normally do that out here at the end here. All right, so again, I just really like how if I want to, like I can have 5 broadheads, and kind of what I do, except I use this side, then my judo point, then I put my fletching to the top, and then I leave my judo sticking out here at the bottom. That way I don't accidentally grab it, you know, a broadhead or in a real quick hunting situation or something like that. But love this quiver. So let me show you kind of how it compares to this new shift, because this is a super cool design in this quiver right here. All right, so here is the new shift lock quiver. So right off the bat, obviously it's got the same wedge design. I like the way the air in the end works a little better on this shift lock versus on the old style quiver. The wedge really don't tighten that one up as much here on that one, but on the new one, the wedge does actually tighten that. That would be my first arrow, so I work right to left. You know, I always grab that's the arrow. That's gonna be my number 1 shaft. That's in the far right. So all that's the same. The hood design's a little different. I do think there's probably a little bit more room. That's the one thing I use. The broadhead, golly, I'm drawing a blank. I use a ram cap broadhead, so they're a little bit aggravating in and out of the quiver, but I think there's a little more room there. You got an extra gripper here, so if you look, you got the hood, then you got 2 grippers. But let me show you what this dude will do. If you look on the back, y'all can probably already tell. Watch this. All right, so here's the quiver. Super short if you look right there, but watch. That gets long, and then this slides as well. So the hood slides and the gripper slides, and then it has 6 bolts right there that you tighten up. So like a while ago, you know, I had this much, about 6 or 8 inches of air sticking out. You can really adjust this one where you may not even have that much, because that's pretty dang long right there. So now you can customize this quiver to the length of your arrows, and I really, really, really like that. Also, inside a case, when you're fooling with this quiver, say, you know, you're flying somewhere or something, and lots of times quivers or bows won't go inside these super nice cases with the quiver on it. Well, the quiver takes up some room. You could take this quiver off, shorten it up like that right there. Really, really like that. So pretty cool, something new, something different, something you really never have seen before. I mean, that's shortened all the way up. Let's see, 9. It's about 12 inches long, like it is right there. So I really like that quiver. That's the new shift lock, my tight spot. I like it. All right, so that is my spiel on the new tight spot quivers. It's probably gonna be like my first review. I'll try to start doing maybe like a weekly review as we start getting some new stuff in. Golly, look at all the bows I've been working on. Here's my deal. So a lot of guys come in here and say, well, you're a Matthews guy, or you're a True Glow guy, or whatever. Here's what I am after after close to 15 years in the industry, in the archery and outdoor industry, retail industry at that. I like stuff that works. You know, I tell people all the time, the reason I sell so many Matthews is because as a company, I've said this before, in the outdoor industry, I don't know that there's a better company to deal with. Same way with those tight spot quivers. As many years as I've been selling them, you know how many of those tight spot quivers have come back to me with guys that have had issues with them? Zero. Okay, so when you're on this side of the sale, first of all, no issues is huge. Second of all, when I call those companies, what kind of customer service do they have? Because it's hard for me to help you if they don't help me. So anyway, thank y'all for following the fan trails. I hope y'all like the little tight spot review on the new quiver. God bless. Jesus saves. See y'all tomorrow.